Hello everyone, it is Pat with Empowering by Design and Angel Divination with our daily Oracle card reading and message for the 17th of January 2011. Before I get started on today's reading, I wanted to remind all of you that I am giving a free teleclass tonight on clearing your space with Archangel Michael and Jophiel. This class was somewhat prompted by some of the messages that came from Doreen's channeled messages from Archangel Michael that made us aware of how important it is to be clearing ourselves on a regular basis. So in this teleclass, I'm going to be going over all the different aspects of psychic clearing and techniques that we can use with Archangel Michael and Jophiel. So Michael has more to do with clearing our personal energy, and Jophiel is more about clearing our space around us. But it's going to be an informative class, so I hope you'll join us. There's a link below to the event page where you can put in your email and it'll send you the information on the call details. And that is from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. So there's still time to get in on that today. And I hope you'll think about joining us. So now for today's message, I'm going to be calling on the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck and the Archangel Oracle card deck. Just felt drawn to both of those today for whatever reason. And okay, the card that came out from the Goddesses was Ishtar with boundaries. And the message on the card says, love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Okay? So if we look at the messages that we've gotten for this week, I mean, on Monday, yesterday, there was synchronicities and positive energy. And I know many of the other YouTube card readers, including Doreen Virtue, have alluded to the fact that this is a week where we're kind of doing a lot of manifesting. And it's January, so we're really focused on bringing new dreams, new inspirations that we've had into being and looking out at what we want to create and intend for ourselves in this year of 2012. And what this card from Ishtar is about today is to remember. I feel like it goes out to quite a few of us out there who just allow ourselves to get too distracted by emails, cell phone calls, text messages, other people wanting to just call and chat with us, or getting caught up in a chat on Facebook or something like that. These are all distractions. And what the message with this card is, there's always going to be people who are putting demands on our time and energy, whether it's just for social purposes, or I know a lot of you out there are very caring and compassionate people. A lot of you have a really big heart and you really feel for the needs of others, and you sympathize with the situations that they're in. And when you are like that as a person, we tend to draw in a lot of people who, need someone to talk to. They need someone to hear them. And there's nothing wrong with certainly extending your compassion to somebody else and to lend somebody a helping hand. But for some of us, there comes a point when we cross that line, and that's a little bit what the meaning of this card is. There's a difference between giving of service or giving of yourself and giving up yourself. There are those of us who just give away too much of our time, and we relinquish our dreams in the process. I feel like there's also some of you out there who might be in that place where you're, maybe taking care of aging parents and at the same time raising kids. And when we have a lot of people, a lot of things that are drawing on our energy, we can end up feeling very resentful, very tired, very wiped out. And so this card from Ishtar today is urging and reminding us to set up some boundaries, that it is okay and that it is actually an act of self-care and self-love to remember to carve out time for yourself, to get away from the cell phone, to have some quiet time for yourself, get outdoors, and to have time that's committed to your dreams. The things that you are desiring and intending to create for this year for yourself. To give that those intentions the love and energy that they deserve, because they are worthwhile, and you are worthwhile. You are worthy of having them. But if we continually give up our time and energy to everybody who's drawing on it, we just end up with an empty plate and feeling very drained and sometimes resentful at the loss of our time freedom. So Ishtar is reminding us today that there will always be people who are wanting to draw on our time and energy, but it's okay to once in a while to say no and to allow for getting organized around our own dreams. Those dreams only happen if we make a plan, make a commitment to ourselves, and get organized around it. If we decide that it's important to us, we commit to it, that will bring about success. So, and the card from the Archangels that came out right along with it, or right after it, I should say, was Gabriel, the Archangel Gabriel, with nurture. And this card really, they go hand in hand. They go very well together today. It's a strong message, I feel. And the card on this, the message on this card says, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child, and both activities are important for you right now. So it's a message about paying attention to, the children around you, whether they are your own children, maybe children that you deal with in a work environment, maybe you're a guardian for some children. It's about paying attention to what you're saying to them. As adults and parents or caregivers, we are often encouraging children or teaching them about boundaries, okay? And so this card is about listening to the messages that you're giving to children. As you teach them about how to be in the world, it's a message for you and the child within you also, okay? So Gabriel's really encouraging us to nurture ourselves here. Actually, both groups are. The goddesses are urging us to nurture ourselves with self-care by saying no to demands on our time and energy. And Gabriel's further urging us to nurture ourselves. So there's a real strong message of nurturing today, and nurturing the self, nurturing the child within us. Okay? And there's a child in everyone. We all have a kid within us that wants and needs to be acknowledged, to be recognized, and to be heard. And it's just as important to listen to that child within ourselves that wants to be recognized, acknowledged, and heard. And sometimes we can do that through play, through what that kid within us wants to do. There's a kid within everyone, no matter what their chronological age is. And it's important to acknowledge and see that there is that within them as you deal with them, as you encounter people. So Gabriel and the goddesses have both of these groups of celestial beings have very loving and nurturing energies. And in order to bring your dreams to fruition, it's important to remember that nurturing. Your dreams need nurturing just as much as anybody else's desires do. And they're urging you to give yourself that today. So that is our message. Work with Gabriel's energies if you're not sure exactly how this applies to you today. So, but I feel like it goes out to some of us out there who may be in a place where we have been overgiving. And it's time to, pull back a little bit. And it doesn't mean you won't give your time and energy to the people who are demanding it, but maybe set up a schedule for it. Decide you're going to call people back after 7 o'clock at night instead of allowing it to randomly interrupt your day. That's all. It's just they're urging us to exercise a little control that way so that we can preserve our own energies. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. That is our message. I hope you have a lovely Tuesday, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon, and I hope you'll join us on the call tonight. Take care, everyone.